All right, we begin in Lagos, so it's going to be a big trade fair taking place, the 10th edition of the Agrofood and PlastPrintPack Nigeria. To start from tomorrow, actually, from the 25th up until Thursday, the 27th. And it aims to bring together a number of exhibitors, about 110 of them from 13 countries, and provide a platform for global and local industry leaders to showcase cutting-edge innovations in agriculture, food processing, plastics printing, and packaging technology. We're happy to have Mr. Paul Maerz, Managing Director of Fairtrade, Messe, and the convener, with us in the Arise studio Monday morning to tell us about the fair. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
So, look,
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, fantastic. 10th edition, lots to expect. What can we expect for this year?
Yeah, I mean, we're extremely happy. 10 years already. We started in Nigeria in 2015. And time is flying, and we've seen great development of the exhibition, but also, I mean, we are part of the food processing industry, of the packaging industry, the drinks industry, and we have seen Nigeria coming a long way, and we see great potential for the coming years. So we're very happy to celebrate the 10th edition this year, and we're looking forward to many, many years to come in the future.
Yeah, 10 more, huh? Can you speak to the growing interest in Nigeria's agro-allied industry and packaging sector, since that's going to be the focus of this fair?
So, obviously, Nigeria has a rapidly growing population, and all these people need to eat and drink. And that's why we're here for. Yeah. At the moment, Nigeria is importing large parts of its food consumption. And we bring technology providers from all over the world, from Germany, from China, from Italy, from France, from the Netherlands, from India, from Turkey, that display their technology and that make it possible for investors to invest into technology, to set up production, to improve food production, and in the end, to produce locally instead of importing finished food products. That's basically the objective, to improve the food security, to improve food supply in the country, and to be less dependent from importations, and thereby creating jobs in the country, creating perspective for youth in the country. That's basically what we are doing. And if we take a look at how the quality of locally produced food, of locally produced drinks has developed over the last 10 years, I think we have already contributed to that process. But obviously, with that population growth coming in the coming years, we need lots more of capacity, and we need the latest technology to invest in, to be able to produce locally, to be less dependent from importations.
Indeed, we preach technology on this show.
Absolutely.
And also the skills side as well, to be able to operate the technology.
Yes.
I guess, can you speak to the milestones that the trade fair has achieved over the past 10 years?
Yeah.
I guess memories and what's been happening in the past year.
So, as everything, it started small back in 2015, and then we were growing constantly. So one of our very strong points are national pavilions, and by now we have official pavilions supported by their respective countries, from Germany, from China, from the Netherlands, and this year for the first time from Poland, which we are very, very proud of. So these governments, they support their technology providers to display technology in Nigeria, to be closer to the market. And we make it possible for producers, mid-scale, also small scale, but of course large-scale producers, to source technology and to see people that usually they would need to travel to exhibitions in Asia or in Dubai or in Europe. And we bring them here now for 3 days to meet these persons, to discuss, okay, I have this kind of production, how can I improve? How can I take the next step? So this is the people that we bring in. And there we've seen that, obviously, we've seen many ups and downs over the last 10 years. Yeah. COVID was a big struggle, obviously, where the exhibition was becoming much smaller because the industry was shrinking.
Right.
And now we see figures rising, fortunately. Investment figures from Nigeria are rising. And as I said, I think it's just the start. If we compare Nigeria, by now Nigeria is the second largest investor into food processing technology on the African continent, behind South Africa, but before countries like Egypt or Algeria. And if we think about the population growth, there's so much more to come. Nigeria has to invest so much more and will for sure be the biggest investor by far on the continent if the political situation stays stable.
Fantastic.
So that's what we're looking forward to.
I think you mentioned some of the countries already, but could you mention some of the, I guess, what was it? Help me out. Germany, Italy, Poland, the Netherlands. So who else is being represented?
So there are individual exhibitors from 13 countries, as you were saying. So we also have exhibitors from Finland, from Lithuania, from India. We have lots of rice companies from India, processing companies from India. So there's a large variety. So people who are looking into investment, if they come to the exhibition, they can talk to different suppliers. They can see, okay, from this supplier, I get this kind of quality, I get this kind of machine at price X. From the next supplier, I get a different kind of technology at a different price. They have different ideas, different solutions. And this is the objective, to be able to supply the best solution for the investor into the country. Great stuff.
You mentioned rice. Basmati Pasi Jollof rice is my all-time favorite. I can't get enough of it. I think you mentioned this already, but can you speak just one more time on how this trade fair is helping local producers here in Nigeria to scale their businesses?
Yeah. I mean, I have one specific conversation in mind. A couple of years ago, I was talking to one of our exhibitors who actually started with us already in 2015 and is one of those who did all the 10 editions together with us. He was telling me a couple of years ago, there are so many small producers coming. It's not really interesting for us because they will never be able to afford my machines. They are way too expensive.
Right.
And then a few years later, he came back to me and said, we helped this small producer with a small machine that usually we don't supply. And now he became, over the last 6-7 years, he became one of our biggest customers.
Oh, wow.
Producing large quantities of soft drinks in the country. And I think this is the kind of success stories that we like to hear, of course, very much, and that we think this exhibition can actually produce. Because somebody who's now producing small quantities, who is just at the start of automation of his production, can find solutions, but can get ideas on where to go. What's the potential in that kind of business? And I think that's how everybody, Nigerians, but I mean, this exhibition is not only for Nigeria, it's also for Ghana, Cameroon, and so on. How businesses can benefit from these conversations with the experts we have here over the next 3 days.
Fantastic. Technology transfer, skills transfer, scaling of businesses. Yeah. I do have to ask you about sustainability, though. Lagos State now, if you go to a supermarket to purchase something, they'll tell you to pay extra money to get a plastic bag, right? So, and Lagos is just, it's far and away ahead of all the other states and these type of things. So, will that be addressed? Sustainability, the environment, and so on?
Globally, that's a huge topic. And just now, I was driving throughout the city, and you see trash, unfortunately, all over. And we have companies here that are supplying recycling technology. And I think the government is very important on that part. We've seen that in other countries. Plastics needs a value. And as soon as it gets a value, it is collected. And then you will have companies that will start collecting the trash from hotels, from restaurants, but also from private residence areas, and we'll start recycling that plastics. And I think, we have technology providers in that regard. There is recycling already in the country, but of course, this is a big topic. The first day we have tomorrow afternoon So this year, Germany is a country of honor. Each year we have a country of honor. This year it's Germany, next year it's the Netherlands.
Okay.
And tomorrow afternoon, German companies they have a couple of sessions in the conference program. And in these sessions, they are showing what they can do also with regards to recycling.
Yeah.
And there's one company, big bottling company, they are also into recycling machinery. And they are about to sign a major project. We cannot disclose
at this
yet,
time.
but they are talking about their solutions also tomorrow during the conference. And sustainability, of course, is a big
priority.
topic.
Look, shout out to Germany. They've been making a lot of headlines. Friedrich Maerz, there's big things going on there in Germany right now, real leadership in the EU. So glad to have him as a country of honor here. Can you speak to the trends that you see shaping the agro-allied packaging industry? I don't know, is AI going to play a role here? Or what do you see in the near, mid, long-term future?
I think AI is playing a role in all industries, but I think in our industry, it's very important, especially in Nigeria. I mean, we are not only in Nigeria, we are all across Africa and the Middle East. And we see that the most important topic is still basic topics. We don't need to talk AI yet. We need to talk food security. We need to talk capacity increase. Those are, I think, the major topics where we really need to talk about and where we see quick development, because those are developments where investors can invest with a good rate of return. In the end, it's always about having a good rate of return, because local production is cheaper if it's well managed than if you import the finished product. And I think that's still now more important than trends like AI. But recycling, I think, is a global topic that is extremely important already now.
Finally, I guess for businesses that want to participate, how can they get it? Or is it too late? Is it already set and everybody's already there? How can folks be a part of it?
So, I mean, visitors are welcome from tomorrow 10 a.m. until Thursday 5 p.m.
Okay.
On the website agrofood-nigeria.com. They can register. It's free of charge for all professionals to attend, and they can have a look at the conference program online. There's lots of interesting sessions. As I said, on the first day, it's the German day. Then we have sessions on banking and finance, because that plays a vital role. Everybody who wants to invest needs the banks in. So we have all the different banks, Access Bank, Fidelity, and so on. They will have representatives at the exhibition on Wednesday. On the conference program. And then we have on Wednesday, we have a whole day on packaging, a master class on packaging. And then we are partnering for the exhibition with the Cold Chain Federation in West Africa, and they are having a full day on Thursday. So professionals, of course, they are welcome to visit all 3 days. But if they want to pick a day, then it makes sense to check the conference program, which sessions are most interesting for them. And the exhibitors are there all 3 days, waiting to discuss their individual solutions with each visitor.
Fantastic. We look forward to it. Thank you so much for taking the time to come talk to us, Mr. Paul Maerz, convener of the Agrofood and PlastPrintPack Nigeria. I love the alliteration of the PPP. We look forward to it. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about it. We're excited. Let's see how it goes.
Thank you very much.